What happens when a tech giant like Samsung builds a futuristic trifold phone but isn't sure anyone wants it? That's exactly the crossroads Samsung finds itself at right now. The company has confirmed that its trifold smartphone is ready for production, but here's the catch: it may not launch unless there's strong enough demand from customers. This isn't a hardware issue. According to TMRO, Samsung's mobile chief, the phone is good to go. It was teased earlier this year during the Galaxy S25 Unpacked event, sparking excitement among foldable fans. Many expected the trifold to debut alongside the Galaxy Z Fold 7 and Galaxy Z Flip 7, but when it didn't show up, rumors swirled, and now we know why. Samsung is being cautious, not wanting to jump the gun on a product that may not be a hit. Rowe mentioned in an interview with the Korea Times that if the trifold phone does get released, it'll come with advanced AI features, potentially setting a new standard for smart, productive mobile devices. But he also revealed that even the name of the phone isn't finalized yet. Some believe it could be called the Galaxy G Fold. Meanwhile, another Samsung executive told Android Authority that while the company has been working on this trifold form factor for quite some time, they still don't have clear signals from customers demanding such a device. In fact, Samsung is currently investigating the potential market demand before making a final call on whether the phone will launch in 2024 or even 2025. There are still reports suggesting the trifold phone could enter production as soon as September and possibly go on sale in limited markets, namely South Korea and China later this year. This would be a strategic soft launch, allowing Samsung to gauge consumer response before deciding on a full-scale global release. According to leaks, this trifold phone won't just be a gimmick. It's said to feature 3 screens that open into a massive 10-inch-old display. It's likely to be powered by the high-end Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 Elite chipset, with the same 200-megapixel camera system that's currently in the Galaxy Z Fold 7. But don't get too excited just yet. This phone isn't going to be cheap. The expected price? More than 4 million Korean won, roughly $2,900. That price point alone could turn away a large portion of consumers. Even after 7 years of foldable phones, they still make up only a small fraction of total smartphone sales and prices. A huge part of that. Now imagine something even more complex and more expensive, and you can understand why Samsung is hesitant. Aside from the cost, the technical side also presents challenges. Building a trifold phone is not just about stacking screens. It requires advanced hinges, durable materials, and high-yield manufacturing. That last part is tricky. Producing foldable phones with minimal defects is hard enough. A trifold introduces even more complexity and higher risk of production issues. There's also the question of battery size. Samsung, ever since the Galaxy Note 7 incident, has been extremely cautious about battery safety. With limited internal space and more moving parts, fitting in a large, safe, and reliable battery becomes harder with each fold. So while it may sound like Samsung is being overly cautious, there's a good reason for it. At nearly $3,000, this phone would sit far above most consumer budgets. And Samsung knows that unless there's a clear call for it, this device might end up being more of a niche experiment than a mainstream success. For now, the trifold phone remains in limbo, a real, tangible product just waiting for a green light that depends entirely on consumer interest. If Samsung hears enough demand, they might just pull the trigger. If not, this foldable dream could quietly stay behind the curtain.
Do you still carry around your charging cable everywhere because your iPhone takes forever to charge? Well, that might finally start to change, but not in the way you'd expect. Apple is working on something new for the iPhone 17, and it's not a faster wired charger. Instead, the company might make wireless charging faster than ever before. Yeah, really. Here's what's going on. A new Apple MagSafe charger was spotted in a government database in Taiwan. It's part of a certification process, and what it shows is surprising. The charger supports up to 45 watts of wireless power. That's a big step up from Apple's current MagSafe, which maxes out at 25 watts. Now, this new charger uses something called Qi 2.2, a new version of the wireless charging tech. The cool part? Qi 2.2 improves charging speed, makes the magnetic connection more accurate, and still works with older iPhones. But only newer ones, like the upcoming iPhone 17, will be able to use the full 45-watt power. Apple even tested this new charger on older iPhones like the iPhone 11 and iPhone 16. But again, they can't unlock the full speed because they're not made for Qi 2.2. So, if you want the fastest wireless charging on an iPhone, it looks like you'll need to get the iPhone 17. Now let's talk about something interesting. While Apple hasn't officially upgraded wired charging for the last few models, tests show that the iPhone 16 can reach about 38 watts when you're doing something heavy, like gaming or using advanced apps. That's still not official, but it shows there's more going on under the hood. But the real shift is happening in wireless charging. Apple quietly raised the MagSafe speed from 15 watts to 25 watts with the iPhone 16. That was a big jump, and now it's about to get even better. With 45-watt support on the way, Apple might be turning MagSafe into the main way people charge their iPhones. And if that's true, we could be heading towards something Apple has wanted for a long time, an iPhone without any ports. Imagine that. No charging cable, no USB-C, no lightning. Just wireless everything. Of course, we're not quite there yet. Wired charging is still more reliable for fast data transfer, backups, or even just using a power bank in emergencies. So while wireless charging is getting better, don't throw out your cable just yet. But here's something else to know. The iPhone 17 series is expected to launch in September. Besides the usual models, Standard, Pro, and Pro Max, Apple is also planning to introduce a new one called the iPhone 17 Air. It's replacing the old Plus model. The Air version might have a thinner design, maybe a smaller battery, and some small trade-offs in speed. But Apple thinks people will love how slim and light it feels. So, what does all of this mean? If you've been waiting for iPhones to charge faster, your wait might be over. Just not in the way you thought. The iPhone 17 might not give you a faster wired charger, but with this new 45-watt MagSafe, charging could be faster without even plugging it in. That's a big shift. And it tells us something important. Apple really believes wireless is the future. So what do you think? Would you be okay charging your iPhone wirelessly all the time, even if it means no more ports in the future? Let us know what you think in the comments below. And before you go, make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel if you want more updates on Apple and other tech news, without the confusing stuff. Thanks for watching.
The upcoming Pixel 10 series has been generating a lot of excitement, but a new leak suggests the performance might not meet expectations. Google's Tensor G5 processor, which was expected to bring a significant boost, might not be much different from its predecessor, the Tensor G4. This is surprising, considering Google is designing the chip completely in-house for the first time. Many had hoped this would allow the company to compete with Apple's A-series chips and Qualcomm's Snapdragon processors. However, new reports indicate that the improvements may not be as impressive as anticipated. For years, Google's Tensor chips have been produced by Samsung Foundry, incorporating elements